नमः सर्वेभ्यः। मम नाम सुलग्ना सेनापति। अधुना अहं वेदान्ते अनुबन्धचतुष्टयम् इति विषयम् अनुसृत्य किञ्चित् प्रस्तोतुम् इच्छामि। तत्र आदौ उच्यते प्रयोजनं सम्प्रवृत्तेः कारणं फललक्षणं प्रयोजनम् अनुद्दिश्य मन्दोऽपि न प्रवर्तते. It is said that before reading any shastric book or any shastriya grantha, first of all the learner or the reader should know about the Anubandha Chatushtaya. Now, why is the Anubandha Chatushtaya important and what are these Anubandhas? So, first of all, as we can see from the above mentioned sloka, it is said that without knowing the prayojana or the need or necessity to do something, even a manda vyakti, a murkha api, he does not wish to do any work. He does not start doing anything without knowing the advantages of the work. So without knowing the prayojana of any text or without knowing the subject matter of any text, one will not be interested to start reading the particular text. Therefore, the Anubandha Chatushtaya is very important before starting any prescribed book. Now, what are Anubandhas? Parasparam Anubadhya Tishtanti iti te Anubandhaha. These four elements, the four Anubandhas, they are always with one another. They are always situated with one another. They are always explained with each other. Therefore, they are known as the Anubandha Chatushtaya. Chaturnam Anubandhanam Samaharah. Iti atra Dvandva Samasa. Samahara Dvandva Samasa. Because the four elements are always said together. Therefore, Samahara Dvandva Samasa seems the most appropriate in this word, Anubandha Chatushtaya. Now, what are the Anubandha Chatushtaya and why we should know these Anubandhas? The Anubandha Chatushtayas are always prescribed, are always said in the beginning of a text, as is the Mangalacharana. Likewise, the Anubandha Chatushtayas are also said before starting the prescribed books. Now, what are these four Anubandhas? So, the first Anubandha is Adhikari, then Vishayaha, Sambandhaha, Prayojanam cha. So, what is the Adhikari, what is the Vishaya, what is the Sambandha and what is the Prayojana? We will see the four Anubandhas after in this video. So, first of all, what is the Adhikari? As we can see, the Adhikari means somebody, a person who has Adhikara. Adhikaraha asya asti iti Adhikari. So, what is Adhikara? What kind of Adhikara? So, we can say that a person, a qualified student can be said a Adhikari who has the qualifications to read the particular subject or the particular book. So, in Vedanta Sara, the Lakshana of a Adhikari is said Adhikari tu vidhivat adhita veda vedangatvena apatato adhigathakila vedarthosmin janmani janmantare va kamya nishidha varjana purahsaram nitya naimittika prayashchitopasanadyअनुष्ठानेन निर्गत निखिल कल्मषदया नितांत निर्मल स्वांतः साधन चतुष्टय संपन्नः प्रमाता. What does this lengthy definition mean? We shall see it what the meaning of this lakshana is. So first of all, Adhikari should be vidhivat adhita veda vedangatvena. Means he should have studied the Vedas and the Vedangas in a vidhi purvaka manner, in a shastri, in a proper traditional manner from a guru or his own preceptor. So, vidhivat adhita veda vedangatvena apatato adhigathakila vedarthosmin. He must know the fundamental of the Vedas, the fundamental knowledge of the Vedas the Adhikari should possess. And what he should do and what he should not do. So, he should not perform the Kamya and Nishiddha karmas. Kamya Nishiddha Varjana Purasaram. What are the Kamya karmas and what are the Nishiddha karmas? So, first of all, a Kamya karma is a karma which is done by the person to get any particular result. For example, the karma of Jyotishtoma, that karma is performed, the Jyotishtoma yaga is performed so that for Swarga Prapti. So that becomes a Kamya karma. Likewise, the Nishiddha karma is something which the Shastras are do not advise us to do. The Shastras do not prescribe those karmas. For example, the karmas like Brahmana Hanana. By doing the Brahmana Hanana, a person will go to Narakaloka. Therefore, these karmas are Nishiddha karmas. So, the Adhikari should not perform these kind of yagas or these karmas. What he should do? He should do the Nitya, Naimittika, Prayashchita and Upasana karmas. What are these karmas? Now the Nitya karma is a karma which is done on a regular basis by any person, and that are prescribed by the Shastras. So the Nitya karma is the Sandhya Vandanadi and Puja Pathadi. These karmas are done by every person on a regular basis. So these are called the Nitya karma. Nitya Naimittika karma. The Naimittika karma is something which is done to achieve something, for the nimitta of something. Means if a person wants to have wants putra prapti, if a person wants to achieve wants a son for himself, then he will perform the Jatishtya karma. Likewise, Prayashchita karma, Chandrayanadi, Sandhya, Shandilya Vidyadi, these karmas are the Prayashchita Upasana karmas. The Adhikari should perform these 4 karmas and should not perform the Kamya and Nishiddha karmas. In this Janmani, Asmin Janmani, Janmantareva. In this life, in this birth and in other births also. So, Adhikari should do all of these duties. And what else? What will happen by doing this? And he will be Nirgata Nikhila Kalmashataya. He will be free from each and every impurity and negativity around him and within him. So what will happen to him? Nitanta Nirmala Swantaha. He will be a purified soul internally, and therefore he will have no negativity in his external environment also, and in his internally also he will be purified. Therefore he will be Nitanta Nirmala Swantaha Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannaha. What is Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannaha? Means he should possess the Sadhana Chatushtaya. What are the Sadhana Chatushtaya? The Sadhana Chatushtayas are Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, Ihamutrartha Falabhoga Viraga, Shamadhi Satka Sampatti and Mumukshitvam. So Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka means knowing what is the Nitya Vastu and what is the Anitya Vastu. He should be able to differentiate between these two elements. What is Sat, what is Asat. Brahma is Nitya and everything else is Anitya. He should have that much knowledge. And Iha Mutrartha Falabhoga Viraga, this means he should free himself from each and every type of desire. For phala, he should be distant from desires. In Iha and Amutra, in this loka and in other loka also. And Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti. He should have the Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti. The Shamadhi Shatka Sampattis are Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Samadhana and Shraddha. What are these? Generally these are, Shama means controlling over your senses, controlling over your indriyas, controlling your desires. And what is Titiksha is Sukha Dukkhadi Dvandva Sahishnuta, to be able to bear pain or to be able to bear heat or cold, extreme temperatures. These are the qualities a Adhikari should possess. Mumukshitva. Mumukshitva means mukshi ichha. He should have ichha in moksha. So these are the qualities the Adhikari must possess. And Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannaha Pramata. He should be a Pramata. What is a Pramata? A Pramata is a person who has Prama, who is who has yathartha jnana, who has the true knowledge, who has the definite knowledge. So these all qualities the adhikari should possess before reading any Vedanta text. But this adhikari lakshana has been prescribed in the Vedanta Sara Grantha in the beginning itself. Now what is after adhikari comes the case of adhikari vishayah sambandhah prayojanam. What is vishayah? The vishaya of Vedanta Shastra is Jiva Brahmaikyam. Jiva Brahmaikyam Shuddha Chaitanyam eva Prameyam. What is Jiva Brahmaikya? Jiva Brahmaikya means, as we all know, in Advaita Vedanta, the concept of oneness is accepted. What means Jiva is none other than Brahma. Jiva and Brahma are the same thing and they are not different from each other. So there are not two objects but only one object, that is the Brahma. Therefore this Vada is known as Advaita Vada. And there are Shruti Vakyas also. Jivaha Brahmaiva Naparaha means the Jiva is the Brahma only and nothing else. Therefore this is the Vishaya. Jiva Brahmaikyam Shuddha Chaitanyam. Shuddha Chaitanyam means the true knowledge or the pure knowledge. This is only the pure knowledge, that Jiva is none other than Brahma. Jiva is nothing else but Brahma only. That is the Shuddha Chaitanya and that is the Prameya of Vedanta Shastra. So this is the Vishaya of Vedanta. Now Sambandha. Sambandha means Pratipadya Pratipadaka Jnana. Between this Jiva Brahmaikya is the Pratipadya Vishaya of Vedanta. Now the Pratipadaka of this concept, of this Vishaya, of this subject are the Vedanta texts or the sutras or any Upanishad Vakyas that prove that this subject matter, that are used to regulate the subject matter. Means that for example the Tattvamasi, this Upanishad Vakya, this proves that Jivaha Brahmaiva Tattvam, that is me only, Brahma is me only and nothing else. So the relation between the Vishaya, the Prameya and the Vedanta Vakyas or the Upanishad Vakyas is the Sambandha of any Vedanta Shastra. Now the last is the Prayojanam. What is the Prayojana? What is the use of what is the final aim of a person who is studying Vedanta? The final aim is Swaswarupananda Vakti. Means by knowing that Jiva and Brahma is one, the person will achieve moksha and he will get the highest, ultimate happiness. Means he will be a Paramananda Swarupa. He will consider himself as the most happy soul from inside. So that is the Prayojana of this Vedanta Shastra. And the Vishaya of the Vedanta Shastra is not the same as Prayojana. Here we can be confused if the Vishaya is the same as Prayojana, but no, the Vishaya is different from the Prayojana. The Vishaya is Jiva Brahmaikya, but the Prayojana is Paramananda Prapti and Moksham. So moksha is the ultimate goal. To get moksha, to attain moksha, we need to know the Vishaya. That is the Jiva and Brahma are same. The oneness between Jiva and Brahma. In this way, the Anubandha Chatushtaya are explained in the Vedanta Shastra. As in the Vedanta Shastra, in each and every darshana, there are 4 Anubandhas, and these Anubandhas are sometimes very clearly stated by the Granthakarta, by the author in the text itself, in the beginning of the text. Sometimes these Anubandhas are indicated and they are not clearly stated. But however the circumstances, we should know about the 4 Anubandhas before we start reading any Grantha, as then we need to know the use of this text, and without knowing the use of this text, why shall we read any these complex Shastriya Granthas if we do not know the purpose of our learning? Therefore, the Anubandha Chatushtayas are very important to read any prescribed text. Thank you.